Welcome to Chapter Sass, the podcast where we deep dive into the books that make you blush, gasp, and maybe even think a little. I'm your host, Season, and with every book, I'll be joined with a new co-host with their own hot take. From spicy romances to messy love triangles and all the glorious chaos in between, we're here with a fresh perspective to unpack the stories we love, question what we think we know, and explore how the book speaks to us. Things might even get a little sassy. This episode is rated mature and will contain spoilers. Let's get into the first chapter. Welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to be deep diving into more chapters of A Court Throne of Roses. This Idatar 6, the book comes out October 27th to cover everything, but we're not going to deep dive, I guess, depending on what the subject is as much. But we're going to cover everything. We're going to give you our theories. Love to hear if you guys have any theories. But we're going to make sure everything is covered before October 27th so we can get our book. This is, again, going to be a slightly high-level overview of the designated chapters of each episode. And then we did get into some good, I think, chapters this go-around, especially because Tamlin and Freya do the deed twice. So I think, it's a little bit longer of an explanation. During these episodes, we'll walk through, things we liked, we didn't like during the designated chapters. Did we want more? Do we want less? Any character development? And any evidence to support any theories that we have. And of course, every episode will end with our sassy topic. Guys, this will contain spoilers for all of the books because you can't just cover one without covering the other. And as I said, Freya and Tamlin do the deed. So there will be mature content, everyone. And let me tell you, I have some things to say. So spoilers, mature content, you have been warned. Let's meet our co-host. We'll start with Andria. Andria, how are you?
Doing good. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. And did you do anything for Mommy's Day yesterday?
Whoa, you guys. Wait, my week was actually so crazy. I won't fangirl real long about it. Let me not be long-winded. I have a habit of being long-winded. Wednesday night, I got to meet Megan Quinn.
Oh, I saw. Yay. How was that?
Amazing, because on stage, she's like, one of my biggest, inspirations as friends. And then she goes, is Andria here? And I about died.
Oh my God. That was not posted, I feel like, was it? You need to post that.
I recorded her saying the friends part, and then I wanted to listen, so I stopped recording, and that's when and it was a whole thing. And then Saturday we went to a race. My husband loves dirt track racing, so we did that, and we saw my mom, and then we drove. I was actually up in Downers Grove this weekend.
Oh, you were close to Chicago.
I'm gonna have to be a better friend and come and visit. And then we drove home, and I finished a book, and now I'm reading 5 more, and well,
completely understand. Oh, Jody, how was your weekend? Welcome back.
Thank you. My weekend was great. I
Did you do anything for Mommy's Day?
I got a homemade charcuterie board made by Derek.
Oh, love it.
Fabulous.
Am I getting invited over to eat off this board?
Oh, I mean,
it's
sure.
gone. It's gone.
And I just started the other Bennett sister, and I'm obsessed.
Yay! All right, guys, and now we're finally gonna have a male perspective. Let's welcome Derek. Hello, Derek. Tell us about yourself.
Hi. I'm Derek. I'm Jody's partner. I was very fortunate enough to introduce Jody to a lot of these books that we're talking about, and fantasy books, and it's been such a wonderful experience being able to relive a lot of these things with her vicariously for the first time. And it's honestly just been such a treat to witness her going through this stuff and going through the same highs and lows, and that we all went through reading this stuff. And it's been so much fun. So I love I love fantasy in general. I love reading, and it's been a great thing to share this passion with her.
Oh, I love it. How do you feel about Dune?
About which?
Dune.
I mean, I really only read.
Zendaya version.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. It's fine. Everything is
I
fine.
started reading that book like 4 times, and guys, I don't think I made it past like chapter 7 because I literally
It's
did not
tough.
understand. But yeah, but it's okay. But what is everyone drinking? I have wine. I'm gonna continue wine probably for the whole series. So yeah. Whereas
She's
what do you
double
have? Yes,
fisting over
tequila.
there.
This is
Oh,
this is
triple.
just this is just tequila. This is just tequila. Nothing else.
They fuck, so we need tequila.
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
Andrea, what are you drinking?
I
Oh,
regret my drink. In honor of Derek, I did a bourbon with some
oh,
water and some
That's a
lemon, and
great
it's
choice.
fucking nasty.
It's great. Maybe you need some more water or take out the lemon.
Ew.
or you should have just added well, I don't know if I do it. Well, bourbon and whiskey are kind of the same, but ginger ale. Do you have ginger ale? I'll tell you something amazing.
I'm gonna drink this because it's
Oh,
already
okay.
in here.
And
And I'm not
Andrea
getting
is
Because we
back.
don't waste.
I'm not getting
We
back up.
don't waste. We don't
Andrea's being
waste.
the healthiest out of all of us, so she's
Well,
representing for us.
crack this open. This is not paid partnership, but if
It's
you
not-
want it, I'm interested.
Yes.
Tried this flavor yet, so I don't know if it's nasty. You guys will experience it with me. And then I have a dairy allergy. I'm allergic to cow's milk, and so I do the non-dairy.
Only
version.
what you need.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
water. Mm.
That's what we need. I also have water. I don't like to drink without said water. So yes. My chair is very squeaky today, y'all. I can't do anything. I also have my Agatar like sweatshirt on. So yeah, everybody, you can see
Fun.
that on the show. Okay. As a reminder, I'm gonna say this one more time. Will contain spoilers and mature content. I'm gonna swear a lot. So truly, if you have
Thank
children around,
God. Okay, good. I didn't know how much I needed to censor myself.
no,
I'm
there's no
glad.
censorship.
Okay,
This
good.
is an explicit show. If
That's
you
fucking
have
great.
children, season will probably curse a lot this episode, so fair warning in advance. All right, just a little bit of recap of where we are. We have met Feyre, our 19-year-old human in quotations, who killed a wolf to feed her starving family. Turns out said wolf was a disguise and really was a fairy. The High Lord of the Spring Court, aka Tamlin, finds Feyre and demands that she pay for breaking the treaty. Putting that also in quotes because that's a little misleading. Tamlin tells Feyre that she either has to go back with him back to the Spring Court or he can kill her right then and there. Of course, she chooses to live. Family says deuces and they let her leave because God forbid the family be a family, but whatever.
Right.
However, Freya is a little bit worried of who's going to take care of everyone because she's the one, as the youngest member of her family, has been taking care of her family for the past few years. Mind you, everyone is full grown adults and could take care of themselves,
In theory.
but they don't. Feyre believes fairies are terrible creatures. While at the Spring Court, though, she is fed and clothed and overall treated very well outside of a few nasty creatures. Not only is her being treated well, but Tamlin and the serial have told Feyre that her family is fine. So, like, stop freaking worrying about them. Live your life. There is a
Right.
blight that is putting a strain on magic. We also have a mention of her, but we do not know who her is. If you're reading this for the first time, if you're not reading this for the first time, you know exactly who her is. Everyone at the Spring Court is being nice to Farah. Again, as I mentioned, there are some creatures who are trying to kill her, and we ended the last few chapters with the Nagas trying to kill her, but her, Tamlin, kill them. And so now we set off with the next few chapters. Farah has taken a very long bath because she needs to decompress from being attacked from the Naga, the whole Naga incident. But she is slowly putting two and two together. Now, does she put two and two together throughout the next set of chapters? She does not, because I question her a lot in here. But she is starting to put two and two together. And so the book says if most fairies keep crossing the court borders and attacking, is there going to be a war? Like she thinks that. And then she remembers Lucian saying, maybe we should just take a stand. Maybe it's time to say enough. But then that's all. She's trying to put two and two together, but then she stops questioning like certain things. She does try to get Alice, her like lady in waiting, to give her some information. And Alice is very careful with what she says. But we do get information about Alice and her family. So Alice does have two nephews that she's taking care of because her sister and mate were murdered. And according to Alice, they do not produce often. So when her sister was born with a second child, it was very surprising. We'll
Mhm.
get into this a little bit later, but I have a question. Fairies aren't supposed to be having children, yet Lucian got like 7 fucking siblings. Tamlin got 2 siblings.
They be horny as
No,
shit.
there's like everyone be reproducing. I just want to know
When
how much is
when you're
fire.
immortal, there's only so many things to do.
This is
I know
true.
that's right.
There's only so much you can do when you are immortal. But I just have questions because like people have a lot of family members. Anyways, her nephews are not at the spring court. Alice tells Feyre, but the next time she wants to talk to the cereal, to leave a new robe and not a chicken. And so great foreshadowing. Feyre also learns a lot of what she thought she knew about fairies was a lie. So iron does not hurt them, and they can in fact lie. However, the ash does hurt them. So she was good with her ash arrow in the beginning. Tamlin tells Feyre that he respects and admires like everything she's been through and has done for her family. And they're pretty much idiots for not realizing it. And so this is them kind of starting to trust each other and starting to fall in love with each other. Tamlin then gives us a little bit history on like the Fays and humans and like where we were like 500 years ago. So 500 years ago, the fairies and humans were like friends. So much so that a lot of fairies went to and the mortals like went to war together to like
Yeah.
fight for their freedom.
Mhm.
There are fairy and like they died at their side. You know, they wanted everyone to be free. Not everyone wanted this, and we learned this a little bit last time. There's Hybrid. He wanted his slaves. We get a little bit later about Tamlin's dad and Lucian's dad, but Tamlin does tell Freya, like when I was young when the war took place, meaning he didn't actually fight in the war, but he says that he would have fought against tyranny and slavery. And he would have gladly have gone to death for that, no matter whose freedom he was defending. So while we all love Tamlin in this book, and then next book we kind of hate him, I do think there's a little bit of his character of like he is fucked up. I'm not defending what Tamlin does in later books, but he genuinely does want, I think, good in the world, if that makes sense. He's fucked up. He needs a lot of therapy, and he probably needs to be alone for another like 400 years. But
I want to remind you that you don't even like him towards the end of this book.
Right.
that is true. You're right. We also you're right. We don't want to
There's
like
like
him at the end of this book. You're correct.
a
I forgot about
huge
Under the
chunk.
Mountain.
I'm like, oh, this guy's trash. So let's just keep that in the back of our
We're
nose.
getting a very manicured version of Tamlin
Yeah, actually though,
through the perspective of Feyre, who doesn't fucking know any better.
Yeah, she's a very unreliable narrator.
Yes.
love it. But when we actually get to the discussion next week, because we'll finish the book next week, I actually, yes, Tamlin was scum, but I actually have a at least different opinion. He's scum. I'm not saying he's not scum. I'm not saying, I want to be clear when I say he's not scum. He is. But I also think there are reasons for certain things that he did, and there's like you have to look out for the bigger goal in the
Is
world.
Tamlin your hear me out? Like, is that what you're
Oh,
getting
no,
at?
no, no. I don't think it's a hear me out. I just don't think he's like
Uh,
Tamlin, while he is a jerk, I do think it's coming from a good place. He just needs to be taught how to be better, if that makes sense.
Tamlin is self-serving. Tamlin is self-serving. Sorry, go ahead, Jody.
I feel like I know everybody's looking at you sideways, but I hear you because even in later books, I'm kind of like, oh my god, like this is probably not even who he truly is. Maybe he was made like this after so many chain of events that this is who he has become, but it's not who he was. And so I get
Yeah.
it because I I do also hate him, but I just listening to his story, listening to all these things, and then he redeems himself a little bit, a little
does.
bit, but for me is like if given the opportunity or if the cards were differently, I don't think that he would have been such a shithead,
Yeah, I agree. Like again, he's an asshole. Like he really is. And when we get into book 2, like he literally is holding her hostage. Like, and that's not okay. And like we'll get into that. So I'm not defending anything, but I don't think he was like innately. I don't think he was like innately like evil. Like that's not who he was. But we'll get back.
Right. Who he
And
became, not who he
Yeah.
was.
we're talking about, a manufactured person, so it's hard to really put motivations behind their actions. However, he is operating with fully informed agency. Feyre is not.
Look
Yeah.
at
She does
Derek being a
she
feminist
does
over
not
here.
she
Yes.
does not have informed agency over the decisions that she's making. She does not understand that the information she's being given is filtered and for a purpose. She is a 19-year-old child, emotionally stunted. I mean, younger than 19 because of what she's been through, and she's being manipulated for a purpose. And 500-year-old Tamlin coming along, yes, he has had a very rough go of it. He is still manipulating a child. And that
100%.
is something that is hard for me to redeem.
Again, look at you being over here a feminist and everything. Yes, Derek. I don't disagree with you. You're right. She's completely getting manipulated because she doesn't even know why she's there to begin with. And I do have a line later where Reese stands like, "Oh, she doesn't even know." So I get you. I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're
Yes.
coming from.
But
I
again,
will again.
these are manufactured events, manufactured characters. We can only dissect them so much.
Okay, I love this. I'm here for this. All right, back to what we were going with. But don't worry, our Tamlin discussion isn't over, everyone. We'll have so much to say next book. So much to say next book.
Yeah.
And the book after, honestly. So anyway, so Tamlin then tells Feyre that like how he's keeping her family safe. They have been glamored to believe Feyre is visiting a rich, sick aunt. And Feyre's family also knows that if shit goes down, aka the blight crosses over the wall, that they are to sail away to safety. Feyre now again, she's trusting Tamlin. Also, she keeps thinking to herself, stay with the High Lord. So she's like, I'm gonna stay with the High Lord. And so she just starts to like have a good time, you know? She asks for the thing she loves most in the world right now, and that's paint.
Ugh.
Coloring, yay!
Again, emotionally stunted. Oh, let me color all day.
I have a grown-up coloring books, and I actually love this. So I'm on Feyre's side if you need to fucking color. Yes.
Listen, okay, let's not.
Yeah.
See?
Let's not. Let's
You
not talk
need
about.
adult coloring books. It's a great stress reliever. Okay.
True.
Uh, but Tamlin agrees to give her paint. He gives her some paint, and then he shows her the gallery. And the gallery last episode I said like there was the study and that was the library. That was the library in a traditional sense because it was literally a library. But in the case of Beauty and the Beast and whatnot, this gallery would be Feyre's library, right? Like this is the thing she loves
Right.
most in the world. She absolutely loves the gallery. And then again, so Feyre's just kind of living her life, but she has a dream. And I'm quoting from the book, and the book says, my dreams have been filled with the clicking of the cereal's bone fingers, the grinning Naga, and a pale, faceless woman dragging her blood red nails across my throat, splitting it open bit by bit. She kept asking for my name. But every time I tried to speak, my blood would come out of the wounds of the neck, choking me. And so, again, I think this is foreshadowing to her 4% Fae that she has in her because she's literally seen Amarantha, right? Like she's literally seen her do this. She's never met her. She doesn't even know her name, but she's essentially seen her future. Because isn't that what happens to her at the end of the book, anyways? Like,
Spoiler.
ish.
Um,
We said
I think
spoiler a
so.
long time ago. So,
Yeah.
We do.
all right. We said
Also,
spoiler a long time ago.
why, why's that dream got to be so hot? You know what I mean?
Guys, I'm loving us. Oh my god, this is great. Okay,
Yeah.
we keep going because we have so much to say still. So Feyre is then awakened with shouting, and so she runs outside or outside her room to see what it is. Tamlin is dragging a Fae from the summer court. His rings have been ripped off by her, and all the Fae keep saying is, "She took my wings. She took my wings. She took my wings." Lucian comes to help, but is absolutely useless and then goes puking in a corner. Feyre realizes the Fae's gonna die and just tries to make the Fae feel better and stays by his side until he dies. And Feyre tells
Typical man.
Tamlin, and quoting, because I wouldn't want to die alone, because I would want someone to hold my hand until the end and a while after that. That's something everyone deserves, human or fairy. I regret what I did to Andres. I regret that there was so much hate in my heart. I wish I can undo it. I'm sorry. So very sorry. So finally, we have Feyre getting over her prejudices that she's had with the fairy world. This is her truly letting in the love that she needs to like break this curse. She doesn't know that, but this is her starting to do all this. And then we go ahead and continue after this because the next day, Tamlin takes Feyre on a date. Lucian third wheels. In fact, Lucian is either always third wheeling or doing like court emissary things in the next few chapters. So he's either third wheeling or he's there. Tamlin takes Feyre to the pool of starlights. Great foreshadowing about who she's gonna be and everything. But also, why is there a starlight pool in the spring court? I think this has to do with Elaine's book. I don't know. I'm thinking I have another theory with Elaine after reading some of these chapters. So I don't know, maybe, but we'll see. Andrea has something else to say, but
she looks
what do you
devious.
think? Oh no,
You
not
are
yet,
very
not yet.
devious.
No, I just that the pool of starlight, it's like a big center of all the Maas verse theories.
Oh, yay. Okay, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Because Derek, have you read all the Maas verse?
I've read Throne of Glass in its entirety. I have not read
Crescent City.
I've not read. I own Crescent City. I own a very, very beautiful copy of Crescent City, but I have not read it. No,
Well, there's 3 books in Crescent City, so all 3. So you haven't even
I
read
have
the
not
first.
read them.
Okay,
No.
cool. I will be listening. I just downloaded. Yeah. Oh, also, man, I gotta be listening. I have to be looking at my Audible crap because they always are like this 2-for-1 sale, and in my head, I'm like, they're probably like books I don't care about. Yesterday, off like a tinge, I was like, you know what? I have to download the next book in the Throne of Glass, which is I think the Emperor, whatever. The next 2 books were 2-for-1, and I was like,
Perfect.
I literally got all of Rena Kent's books on the Audible sale. Like they were all either $2.98 or on the 2-for-1. Like you
I
gotta.
was like, I gotta be looking at my emails now because I'm about to download all of these for 2-for-1. So see, learn something new today, guys. Okay, but anyways, back. We're at the pool of starlight. So Tamlin tells Feyre about Lucian's past and why he was kind of useless with the Fae that was dying the night before. So Lucian is the youngest, and I'm putting youngest in quotations, of the 7 sons of the Autumn Courts. In quotations, spoiler, he is, those are his brothers, but he's not the youngest son of the Autumn Court. We'll get to that later.
Messy.
Yeah. Lucian never wanted the title, like he never wanted to become the High Lord of the Autumn Court. So like he was never gonna fight for it. However, the title doesn't go to the eldest, it goes to the strongest. So because of this, and this goes against all the courts, there's always competition with the title. So his 6 brothers, oh no, yeah, his 6 other brothers were always trying to fight over this title. And so they made each other's lives essentially hell. But really quickly, just back to my baby theory. Cool. He has 6 brothers. Just saying. And we can be reproducing. Mama Lucian is very fertile because she gonna have 2 baby daddies and just popping these babies out. But anyways,
Yep.
as I was saying, Lucian never wanted to be the High Lord, so he spent his days traveling to other courts, making friends, the life to live if you were wealthy, just traveling. Not only, was he traveling and making friends, he was fucking around. He slept around a lot. And he slept around with people who were not nobility. And Lucian soon fell in love with like a non-noble and wanted to marry her. Papa Lucian from the Autumn Court said, "Oh, no, we're not tainting our line." And so ends up killing Lucian's lover in front of Lucian. Lucian's literally held down by his brothers and cannot save the woman he loves. And so after that, Lucian said, "Fuck you to the title, fuck you to the Autumn Court," and left. However, 3 brothers came after him. Lucian killed one, Tamlin killed the other, and the other one got away. So pretty much Lucian comes up from a fucked up family, is what we learned about all this. He doesn't know what love is. He didn't grow up with love in his heart or surroundings, and he also needs a lot of therapy. A lot of therapy. So ever since Lucian and Tamlin killed his brothers, he's pretty much at the Spring Court and became Tamlin's emissary. So again, they're still in the pool of starlight. Feyre does a little strip tease, gets into like this little shallow pool. Tamlin takes off his clothes. Feyre tells Tamlin more about her life and how she became poor, why she started hunting. And then after the pool, they ride back to the manor, and then Lucian and Feyre have a little bit of a heart-to-heart. And Lucian essentially says that like he heard her screaming when like the Naga were going after her, and he like waited for like a second. And so he gives her like this jeweled dagger and pretty much is like, "Don't stab it in my back." But like this is him now forgiving Freya for like killing Andres,
Yeah.
So we're all
Olive
taking
branch.
beautiful steps in the right direction.
So much more emotional development and emotional depth than we get from Tamlin in the entirety of this book.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Lucian is like, if we were doing Disney, he's kind of like a Jiminy Cricket, and he's trying to tell Tamlin all the good things to do, and he's trying to, be the good guy and like love everybody and even change himself because he was not down for Feyre in the beginning. He almost let her
Yeah.
die. Like, we're being
He
honest.
did.
Like,
He did.
yeah. So lots of character development. Weeks have now passed. Feyre is enjoying her time just painting, getting to know Lucian and Tamlin more. And Feyre keeps dreaming of this woman who's ripping her open, but now she sees a dark shadow watching. So guys, great foreshadowing. I missed that on my first read. I was like, "Oh, there's a shadow." I was like, the shadow of
Missed
evil.
so much on the first read.
And it was
So much
not
you don't even know.
shadow
You
of
don't even know
evil.
what to pay attention to on the first read.
You don't. Oh, you don't. So Feyre just goes on with her life, but she does think of her life back at home, but she gets frustrated because she believes no one back at home will mourn her. And I'm using the word mourn. She keeps saying forget, but like everyone thinks she's with this aunt. So it's not that they're forgetting her. Like I think to me, the reason why I'm saying mourn is because she like did so much for her family, and she like doesn't want them to like I guess forget would be the right word, but like she wants to feel loved, right? Like she wants to feel like she meant something to them. And so she gets a little tiffy with Tamlin because her feelings are hurt, and I totally get it because I would feel the same way. Then Feyre even says like I stopped asking, just like the serial had said, like a stupid, useless, obedient human. So she's still even though like she's like have all this like newfound freedom, she's still like thinking she's stupid and she's an idiot. This might come to be because she can't read or write. This is also during the time when she was trying to like figure out the words to like write to her family, and she can't like actually write a sentence or read.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just thinking, self-esteem issues. Tamlin then takes her to like a romantic spot in the garden, and this is where Tamlin's dad gave his mom the mating gift, and he goes on to explain the difference between getting married and mating. Great foreshadowing for later. Again, this makes Feyre feel some type of way because she just feels like Tamlin is the one who took this away because everyone's been glamored. But they get past this and they have more again of a heart to heart. And this is when Tamlin tells Feyre about his dad. So again, it's just helping her see his side, see that fairies are not assholes. But again, he tells her that he has 2 brothers and a dad. Tamlin's brothers and fathers are very similar. They kept human slaves. Tamlin does not want to be like them at all. So Tamlin and Lucian have like trauma bonded essentially, and that's why they get along so well. But I also think this goes to Tamlin's character because he doesn't want to be his dad so much that like he's coming from a good place, but his execution is so bad, right? Like, he feels the need to protect so badly. This is why he fucks up with Feyre all the time, because he wants so badly not to be his dad, but then he turns out being his dad, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it
So
does.
that's where I'm like, Tamlin's not trying to be an asshole. He is asshole, and I'm not defending his assholeness, but like, I just think that like he has some hope, if that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
But he so badly wants things to happen that he ends up being so controlling that it's like, that's not how you go about things. You need to let things happen genuinely.
That's right.
Yes, Jody. Yes, that's exactly what I meant to say. So glad you speak season and were able to decipher that. Congratulations. We've only been friends for what? Way too long. Congratulations.
Oh my god. We need a divorce.
Since high school, we're good. Okay. Anyway, so now it is time for Calumet, or as we call it, Fire Nights. Feyre is not invited to this because, according to Tamlin, it's a very fairy ritual, aka the Great Rites, that needs to be done to help magic regenerate. And Derek, no shade to the men. I'm gonna throw some shade at some men because such a man thing to say when
Throw away.
about,
Throw it out there.
Like,
fire away.
Like, Feyre literally asked, like, what do you gotta do? And his response is, instead of just saying, I have to fuck someone to help with magic, and so everyone else is gonna fuck, and it's gonna be one big orgy, he goes to then say, I have to do a fairy ritual.
It's a fairy thing. You wouldn't understand.
It's a fairy thing that you wouldn't understand.
It's important that he said ritual, though.
I agree. I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
It correlates to a bigger thing.
Okay.
I agree. He could have just like not been a dick about it and just been like, listen. But it does have a deeper.
Okay. I had to pour some more wine, guys. I mean, don't worry. I will read all of Crescent City and all of Throne of Glass before October 27th.
I feel so much regret not reading Crescent City before this.
I feel so much regret for talking you out of reading Crescent City so many times.
Yeah. What the hell?
Andrea, go in on them. Go.
I love Crescent City. Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about.
Okay. Okay, reverse.
Okay.
So
before Feyre can ask like any more questions, like the air gets still again, and Tamlin tells Feyre, "Don't say anything, be quiet," and like glamours her. Then this scary beast fae comes, aka the Adder. The Adder mentions the her again and is wondering why Tamlin has not given up yet, and wondering why are these Nagas dead? Like, because she sent them, right? The Adder also reminds Lucien and Tamlin that she can destroy their estate very quickly, and she is happy that nothing has come from Tamlin, like anything that going over the wall. Like, 'cause she knows like stuff's been happening, but she doesn't know the full extent. So she thinks Feyre's not there, and she is glad nothing has come of it. And so, Feyre asks more questions, and she's essentially sent to her room. It is now the actual night of Calumet. And I'm quoting this from the book. There was a string tied to my gut that pulled me toward those hills, commanding me to go to hear the fairy drums. And when you read this the first time, I'm like, oh, she's just jealous she can't be at the party. But no, now it's like, oh no, sweetie.
She was horny.
She was horny, but something else was calling her because she's about to meet her boo, and she doesn't even know it.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. Great. So of course Feyre doesn't stay indoors and goes out to Calumet. To be fair, I also would have gone outside because I would have loved for some man to
Hell yeah.
go outside.
Hell yeah. Try to tell me.
I already said I would have died so many times. I would have died.
Oh yeah.
When the thing was like, look at me, I would have looked. Definitely.
Immediately, yes.
I would have been snuck out to this thing. Okay. Mind you, I have no powers. I'm a human. Feyre has no strength. She just got plumb from eating. Like, and she no bow or arrow in sight. So what is she gonna protect herself with? I don't know. but I definitely also would have pulled a Freyr and I would have gone outside. She
She
runs
got
into
that plot
3
armor.
She runs into 3 fairy, not from the Spring Court because they don't have masks on, and they wanna have their way with her, AKA essentially rape her. She's scared and she cannot escape the 3 fairy men, and out of nowhere, we get the famous line, or we get half of the famous line because the other famous line comes later. But we get
There
a
you
man who
are.
says, "There you
I've
are.
been looking for you.
I've been looking for you." Yes, Derek!
Oh my God. The way that my fucking nipples got hard when I heard that. Jesus Christ. I missed that entirely the first fucking go around and how fucking hot that was. And this time, full body. Full
Oh,
fucking body.
love
Oh, it
it.
was so fucking good.
Yes, Derek. Love it because I also missed this the first time go around, right? And as a reread, I'm like, oh my God. But then later we get like the full on
Yes.
line. And I was like,
Yes.
also just applauding Sarah J. Maas because like she knew we were going to eat this shit up on a reread,
Yeah,
right? Like on
she
a
did.
first read,
Jeez.
we weren't going to do this, but on a
I
reread,
ate
she
that
knew.
shit up the very first
I
time.
hate that you did. I hate that you did. She
so
fucking
mad at
told
me.
me that too when she did. I
I
was
was
like, no,
um,
you're
I
wrong.
am kicking my
No.
feet. Have you met this guy? I am kicking my feet over here.
The whole Maas verse was like, yep, that's our guy. We
I was
all
like,
right then.
Yep.
at the end of this book, I'm like, so is Rhysand gonna come back? Because I missed him. And Derek's like, God damn it.
That is exactly how that conversation went.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. I have some quotes that I'm going to get into later, like passages, so I won't say it now. But there was a lot of clues that Rhysand was going to be more, or this mystery stranger was going to be more than what we know. Because immediately she says things like, the handsome stranger. She's calling out all these things. And remember, she's supposed to be falling in love with Tamlet. Like, while, just because you're with someone doesn't mean you can't say someone else is hot or whatever. She's really getting, kind of turned on with this guy who she shouldn't be. But anyways, Feyre lies to this Fae and tells her that she's here with her friends. And he makes sure that she's pretty much safe-ish. Then they go their separate ways. Lucian finds Feyre, is pissed, literally throws her over his shoulder and drags her back to the manor. And then it's Lucian who explains this night to Tamlin, right? Or I'm sorry, this night to Feyre about what Tamlin has to do. So
The
pretty much
sacrifices that he has to make.
sacrifices.
The hard work that he has to go
He
through.
literally has to get hard. So fucking yes, the hard work.
Thrusting magic into the world.
Thrusting all the magic into
with
the
his
world.
wand.
With his wand.
His
Yes.
magical staff.
His wizard staff.
Yes. Oh man, this is gonna be great, guys. Okay, so the 7 High Lords must partake in this, and their magic, and
Magic stick.
essentially the 7 High Lords will like turn into a hunter. They need to find a maiden. I have a question. So like when we say maiden, like a virgin, like or just like some other female, because the way they make it sound like some of these female didn't have sex, but when we use the word maiden, I feel like they need to be a virgin.
I mean, I would say like as an archetype, maiden is always a virgin.
Right? Me
So I'm
too.
sure that's what it's meant as. How it's
Mhm.
interpreted in the Maas verse could be loosely, meaning
Yeah.
something else.
So pretty much the High Lords have to fuck a maiden / non whatever. They have to fuck somebody to regenerate the magic. And then once the magic takes over, the High Lords are not themselves. They become more like a hunter-esque thing, because the magic is taking over them. And then after they're gone and done fucking, the rest of the court can go along and fucking. And as I mentioned earlier, it becomes one big happy orgy. So, and Feyre is not allowed to partake in it. So Feyre listens to Lucian and is kind of scared at this point, so she stays in her room at night. But then at like 2 a.m., she's a little hungry, and so she goes get some food and runs into Tamlin. And Tamlin and Feyre low key are feeling each other. Tamlin essentially has Feyre up against the wall, and bites her so hard he gives her a hickey. But no one was against this. This was a very consensual hickey. At the end of
Absolutely,
the day.
as the best hickeys are.
Very consensual hickey. And so Feyre realizes she's jealous of this ritual, which means that she is slowly starting to fall for Tamlin. So Tamlin now recovered from, the night before, has been flirting with Feyre, takes Feyre to like this glen area, and he gives Feyre the sight/feeling of a fae. So she now starts to see everything that like and feel the way they can feel it just for a little bit. But he does it in exchange for a kiss, and so she just kisses him on his hand. But again, this is just going to show that they're like falling in love for each other. Then the next morning, Feyre finds out, which I think honestly is a terrible way to find this out. I like wake up and some weird lady is now in my room, only to find out that it's Alice because she has really has like bark skin and
Yeah,
everything.
a real boy.
Yeah, like so he had glamored the whole estate essentially and only let Feyre see anyone who she needed to see. So there's literally fairies walking around left and right that she has never seen. They've been glamored. And so now she realizes like, oh shit, I would have felt taken
Can we
advantage
take
of.
can we pause there for just a second?
Yeah, we can pause.
He controlled exactly who she was allowed to see
Oh, I
and
get that to you.
how she was allowed to see them. The good guy Tamlin. Continue.
He's not a good guy. But devil's advocate, Feyre definitely does say she is glad that he did it because if he hadn't had done that when she first got in, she definitely would have been way too scared to like have even opened up her heart to that. Like she said something along those lines.
It's like there's a term for a captive falling in love with their captor. Oh, Stockholm syndrome. Right. Absolutely. Yes.
It started off with saying she's 19. Like there's parts of her brain that's not even.
Beauty and the
I
Beast.
think, oh, thank you
Yes.
for not.
100%. 100%.
100%. Derek, where were you last week, man? We needed this.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
We're too agreeable.
I'll be here the rest.
Yes. Okay. So now she's realizing there's like way more like shit going on. Also, Feyre learns the reputation of the Night Court because a head is found like in the garden on like this like fountain-esque statue or whatever. It is very clear that Tamlin and Lucien do not like the Night Court. They speak nothing but ill of it. And so they clearly got some bad blood. Yes, Taylor Swift reference. Time continues to pass because now it is the summer solstice. Feyre is allowed to participate in the summer solstice, and Alice dresses her up in like a nice little like dress she can twirl in and does her hair all nice. Feyre gets drunk on some wine, and she frolics through the garden with Tamlin. They finally kiss and watch the sunset rise. How romantic.
Barb.
Meanwhile, you got hard when we said, there you are, I've been looking for you. But Barb said this.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
There's some bad romance type of shit.
Yes.
You can't convince me that you thought Tamlin was the guy. Like there's always an ick that you can pick up on early with these type of characters. There's always an ick. Something always feels off.
Yeah.
Have you guys read?
Well, first of all, he's blonde. No, no, thank you. Thank you for the suggestion, but that's a no for me. When Rhysand came out and they were like his dark hair, I was like, that's the fella.
That's right. Yes. And this other guy was like, we never saw his face. It was like the whole that guy. Yeah.
So while I agree with you, I would prefer a dark-haired man over a blonde. I will say this much. I do picture Tamlin right now, and I think we talked about this last week. I don't know. My first like crush with like fantasy-esque was Orlando Bloom in Lord of the Rings. Like
Legolas.
could not give me enough of that. And I completely see Tamlin as that with the mask.
Same.
I just feel like Tamlin's got like gold, like yellow straw, greasy.
Greasy. We went straight to greasy.
He was giving more Faramir, less to me.
I'm on board with your hear me out. So I'm gonna let you live.
He was giving Gaston.
Right. Yeah.
But blonde.
Yeah.
Blonde Gaston.
Yeah.
I was picturing like a Fabio type, just that like
Oh
long,
yes.
ridiculously straight hair, chiseled
Yeah.
chest. I've never seen the word baldric so many times as in this book. But you know, he wears a baldric everywhere he goes, and
Oh my god.
yeah.
Well,
I will admit to your point, Season. It's so much fun to shit on Tamlin. The first time I read the book, I fucking fell for it. I ate this shit up because, and this is probably my own like something wrong with me is I view all of the material exactly how the author is intending for me to view it. And it's very obvious that Sarah Maas wants us to see Tamlin as the good guy. Obviously, people who have been in situations where they need to recognize these types of characters, they pick up on stuff like this all the time. Me personally, I read it very naively, if you will, the first time, and
You're
rereading it
such
this
an innocent boy.
yes, I really was at the time. Um,
And
the
I'm a
time.
naughty girl, so I
oh
immediately
my
was like,
God.
"Oh
Cat's
no."
out of the bag. Cat's out of the bag. Yes. No, I definitely understand what you're saying. I resonate with that as well.
Yeah.
Um, it she did a good
And
job.
I will say I do think I did like Tamlin this first go around. So I don't think he was
Sure.
like necessarily like because I think to your point that's what Sarah J. Maas wanted. But also I have always seen Tamlin, and when we get to Under the Mountain, I'm gonna say this more. Like
Mhm.
I always saw him as like when we go to war or when we do certain things, and it might be because I have a lot of friends in the military, or whatever, right? Like you have to make decisions. Like you're making decisions, and what are we doing to save the most people? And
Yeah.
unfortunately, he always made those decisions, right? That's not like the decision a lover makes, but that is a decision that like someone who needs to save the people. And at this point, I have fallen in love with Lucian. I have fallen in love with Alice. Like because if that happens, all these other people are that we have fallen in love with. We love the serial. Like, what's happening to him? He's a good guy, you
I
know.
I really want to hear what Andrea is thinking right now.
Me too, because her face is saying a lot. A lot.
I have to like rearrange myself. But yes,
And
go
For
ahead.
those who are listening, she is disgusted. Okay? She got
He's
the
like,
stank face
he's
on.
like, dear Tamlin, you're the scum beneath my shoe, or whatever. Love, I also love Sarah. There's
Tamlin,
more love,
Oh
whatever
my
the thing is.
God.
from the first read ever, and I did graphic audio, this guy
Ooh.
was annoying the fuck out of me. Like, from the jump, I'm like, oh man, it's a shame she likes him. Maybe he dies or something. Like,
Fingers
what is
crossed.
that
Maybe
gonna
he
do
got a
again?
brother or something.
Oh, she's definitely gonna end up with Lucian. She had more chemistry with. There's a way
Yes.
you read a book and you kind of like pick up on whatever the relationship is, because up
Yeah.
until this point the writing is great. We're getting like yucky like tension between her and Nesta. We're getting
Yeah.
like banter and stuff with her and Lucian. With her and Tamlin, it feels very one-sided
Yeah. It's
relationship. She's
very
the one
very
who's good at
cousin.
everything,
It's
and he's
giving
kind of like,
cousin.
yeah, it's not. She's like, oh,
Uh,
this feels so good. Meanwhile, he told you to stay home so he could go fuck somebody else.
Yeah.
Red fucking flag. Like,
Yeah.
this guy's ass. And then we get Mr. Dark Sultry, and I've been looking
Mm.
for you.
Oh
Meanwhile,
my God.
Tamlin literally took her. Ugh, he
Mhm.
gave me the ick from the jump, and I was right, and I'm gonna die on that hill. But I
Yes.
love your hear me out, and I'm gonna let you live.
oh, thanks. Uh, again, I will talk shit when we get to the next book when she's like in her cocoon of like magic or whatever. I have shit to say about fucking Tamlin. Don't you worry. Like, don't
Good.
you worry. Like, I just think in other circumstances, Tamlin would have made other decisions. He needs a lot of therapy. He needs to be alone for a very long time. He needs to figure out his issues, his control issues. But I think, there's that in life. But I also understand not giving him a redemption arc. Honestly, he doesn't deserve a redemption arc, to be completely honest. But again, this book was written in 2015. So I do think especially now that we have Calumet, I have my theories that we'll talk about at the end with Elaine in a little bit. And because like in 2015, maybe Sarah J. Maas was gonna give Tamlin a redemption arc, or maybe something else was gonna happen, and now it hasn't. Right? It's been 10 years. So, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But anyways, the stranger comes back, guys, and we finally get his name, uh, which is Rhysand. But immediately when Tamlin and Lucien realize that they are not alone, they glamour Feyre so that she's like a part of Lucian's glamour, which I
Yeah.
also question, because why the fuck are we giving a non-High Lord the power to glamour when you have another High Lord? They were probably better off sending her to her room and glamoring her up that way, whatever. But for the sake of the plot, I'm just gonna be quiet.
Yes.
For the plot, like, why is she
For the
standing behind
plot.
Lucian? He's not even a High Lord.
For
He's
the
like the
plot.
7th fucking son.
Well, I mean, it was in the middle of them eating breakfast. Like, I don't think she had time to run upstairs. It's a big ass manor, right? So
Okay. Devil's advocate over here. Correct. Okay, we'll take it that way. So, anyways,
Oh,
Rhysand comes out and calls out Tamlin about how it's been 49 years and he has not tried to save his lands. Weird. But also, these are all red flags that Feyre should be like picking up on, that I just feel like she's not. Like, she's picked up on everything up until this whole conversation. We were giving so many clues, and I feel like Feyre just did not pick up on them. Again, probably sake for the plot, She
also
wasn't going to.
emotionally stunted 19-year-old.
right.
Correct, I guess, yes. We find out that Rhys is Amarantha's whore, and Amarantha is the her that everyone
Such
is
a
scared of.
great nickname, by the way. Can we put a pin in that? What a great
Yes.
nickname. What
Oh,
a great.
Amarantha's whore? Absolutely.
If you could only refer to me as Jotty's whore from now on, I would die happy. I would die happy.
I will now put you that in my phone in parentheses. So be careful what you wish for.
I mean, that's what you're under. That's what you're under my phone already. So I don't know what.
This is great. This is life. I love this. I love this for me. Thank you.
I love this for you too. I absolutely love this. I will do that. You think I'm joking? I'm gonna take a freaking screenshot and send it to you.
No regrets.
Oh, I love this. But he's Amarantha's whore. So now I want to know how many times he has to spread eagle, but we'll get into that a little later in the next book. Everyone is scared of
Plenty.
her. And again, it is clear that over there, welcome to the club. We're just a great time. We're a great time.
Once I start, I can't stop. I'm sorry. So much.
This is literally our relationship, so welcome. Like, this is how we are. I absolutely love it. So anyways, again, it's clear that Tamlin and Lucien do not like Rhysand. And again, because Rhysand is the lord of is the High Lord, he's too good to fall for a basic glamour and immediately finds Feyre. And so he holds her hostage, and I'm putting that in quotes because we're in the first read, we're made to feel like he was really holding her hostage and like gonna kill her. He wasn't. He was never gonna do that. He was just trying to get some information to figure some shit out, right?
In the second read, in the reread, I immediately thought, why is this so hot? Continue.
Because he was scratching at her. She
You know
literally
what
said
I mean?
scratching at
You
the
know?
stuff in her brain. I
Want
totally
to
get it.
scratch that itch.
You better, because he's just been scratching the itch with this whore.
You
He
know
got
what
no
I
other
mean?
itch to scratch. So, anyway, so he holds her mind hostage and he's trying to get info. And again, both thinking bastard, but like he's not really trying to do that to be an asshole. Then Rhysand makes some comments, and she's like, he says things like, "Oh, she doesn't know. If it's worth anything, she would have been the one, and Amarantha will enjoy breaking her." And again, on a reread, or honestly on the first read, I was like, "Wait, what? I need some more information." And like I was literally thinking to myself, "Cool." And as readers, we don't get this information, right? Like we don't know anything until we get to like Under the Mountain. So as readers, we don't know. In my head, the first time I was reading this, I was like, okay, cool. Alice told you to go get a robe. Go get a robe, go get some fucking chicken, do whatever the fuck you need to do, and go get this cereal because you need some fucking answers. Because ain't no one giving you answers, and there's a lot of shit that you just got that we're just gonna ignore, right?
Exactly.
Again, for the sake of the plot, we're gonna go ahead and let that slide. But I'm like, okay. And I do feel like Reese was saying these things to try to get her to, because they cannot, because of the curse, they cannot directly say certain things, but they have been giving her they've been trying to talk in between the lines, and they needed her to read. That might be bad taste of words, and she can't read, so maybe she wasn't picking up in between the lines, but we were trying to get shit said without saying it. But anyways, Reese demands to know if she knows anything about Feyre, and Tamlin says no, and then Rhysand demands that Tamlin and Lucien beg on their knees to keep the secret. He's just playing a part at this point, guys. We love him. He needs to play the asshole, and he is playing the asshole oh so well. And then he asks Feyre, "What is your name?" And she says, "Claire, R.I.P., 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 Claire."
Or fucking Claire.
R.I.P., Claire. Then Tamlin tells Feyre she's going home. Let the people believe the glamour. Feyre doesn't want to go back home. She's starting to think of the Spring Court as her home. But Tamlin tells her it's not safe. They have a little exchange and they go back and forth. But I think something that's a little interesting about their exchange is Feyre then goes on to say is who would want someone covered in thorns? And later Tamlin says, like, I love you, thorns and all. And while we don't like Tamlin, that is a nice little romantic moment because it's also a nod to the title of the book and Beauty and the Beast with the rose. So yay that. But now it is time for Feyre to go home. And then she overhears Lucien say, give her a few more days, just a few, before you send her back. Again, we got that chicken. I have so much clothes. Would have gotten the clothes that I'm not wearing to go talk to the cereal, but she didn't want to do that. But anyways, Tamlin sends her home, and before she reaches the wall, she falls asleep. Tamlin sends her home, but right before she leaves, he says, I love you one more time. She says nothing back. Oh, wait, guys, I'm going to take that back because I totally forgot that they fucked. I literally skipped that paragraph in here. So Tamlin says, rewind. Tamlin rewinding. Tamlin tells her, when they say they're thorns, that they love each other all. The end is near. And so Feyre trades in her hay fucking days with Isaac to claw fucking with Tamlin. And they fuck what? It says that he was fucking her. It says he brought out his claws. Now,
oh, I'm here for that. I love how you rolled in the hay fucking.
Did you bring out the claws? I don't know if I'll be okay my first time fucking you bring out the claws. Maybe like after we've gone fucked a few times, but
I'm okay with it.
Okay, now
again,
fast forward.
19.
Right. Sorry, forgot about that.
You're right.
Ugh. I don't know. Why'd you say that? You know what? I will say this. Every time they remind us that she's 19, I go, no, she's not. She's fucking.
Well, that's again. She's written to be, or she's told to us as a 19-year-old. However, she is written much older, and there are other books that Jody and I have just grown to hate because the character is written as the character is portrayed as a teenager, as a girl, as somebody who's emotionally undeveloped. Absolutely, it's a huge trope where it's like, oh my god, I'm 19, but also I have the thought process and emotional capacity of a mid-30s woman.
I absolutely love that while she was 19, she wasn't a virgin. I hate when they're 19 and not a virgin, and they're like, you're my mate. And I was like, you haven't experienced shit in the world. Like, you've been fucked by one dick.
Right. No, Season's got a point. Season's got a point.
Back.
She's got a point.
Like, you don't even know what you like sexually. Oh, this is my man. No, you don't.
I was that 19-year-old maiden.
I do like it. And I know we're talking about a different book, but I also did enjoy that with Fourth Wing because Violet's supposed to be young, but she's not a virgin. So like I love that like at least we've experimented in the world to know that like once we find our person that at least we we've done.
Are you gonna do a Fourth Wing podcast?
Yes. So I was gonna do it when the next book came out, and now we're getting this random book that's not book 4, but I think it's gonna be a POV. It might be like a Zayden or like
Right. Well, invite me back for that one because I have.
Okay. You got shit to say? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I got shit to say.
Okay. After they gone done fuck, Tamlin says I love you, and now fast forward. Fast forward back to what I was saying.
And Pharaoh says, "Thank you for the dick." Bye.
She did. She don't sound happy. She says, "Thank you for the dick." That is what she says.
Thank you. Next.
Forward back. And now it's time for Feyre to go home, and she overhears Lucian say, "Just give her a few more days." Again, I would have chosen to try to find some answers out. I also do this. This personally does bother me, I think, a little bit as her character, because up until now, she has been asking questions. She has been, like trying to figure out answers. And again, for the plot, she can't ask for these questions or whatever. So we just put it aside. But I do think it's a slight character hole because, like, she would have been asking for these questions and she's not, or these answers, these questions she's not. But anyways, Tamlin sends her home. And as she leaves, he says, "I love you." She says nothing back, which she shouldn't, because they just gone fuck twice. You don't just tell someone you love you in 2 seconds. That's not how love works. That's lust.
That's
I'll give that to you because that's lust. That's a 7 deadly sin. That's not love. So Feyre then is put back to sleep when she like crosses the wall, and she thinks she's gonna wake up to find like her small little dinged up cottage, but no, she's taken home to like this great manor. It's like big little mansion. And turns out that Tamlin did keep his word, and Feyre and her family are now rich again. Blaine and Papa Archon are excited that she's back, but Nessa, she does not have that same enthusiasm. And she's like sus. Like she like suspects everything that's going on. She's like, I don't know, but she's like quiet in the background. A
She a
ball's gonna
bad
be
bitch.
yeah, she's a ball is gonna be thrown in Feyre's honor for coming back, and everyone's like getting ready for this. And they're getting ready for this ball. Feyre learns a little bit about what her family's been up to for the past few months. So not only are they, well off, but Papa got his legs fixed because the book says, and I state, he took a tonic from a stranger. So now we just go and take this like taking candy from a stranger. We might as well put him in a van. Because he
I
got
mean, could it get any worse for him though? Like really, like what are his options? Like just like full paralysis? I mean,
What
come
do
on,
you mean
guy's got
no?
nothing to
Because he got
lose.
a little bad knee. He could have
A
been a
little
dad a long
bad knee.
time ago.
Get out of here.
He could have been a dad a long time ago, and now because someone gave him a tonic, he's like, cool, I could be a dad now? Okay. That's
Yep.
not how that's not. That's terrible. Anyways, he gone now taking tonics from strangers. To be fair, devil's advocate, that's probably some glamour he threw on. But we also learned that Nessa did not finish like the marriage season that she was supposed to go ahead and do. Turns out that Nessa actually went out looking for Feyre, but the magic prevented her from crossing the wall. Also, it's because the glamour didn't work on her because she has like an iron will. And the
'Cause she's
book
a
goes
bad
to
bitch.
say, I've never heard of a glamour not working. Nessa's mind was entirely her own. She had put up such strong walls of steel and iron and ash wood, not even a High Lord's magic could pierce that. But also, I think if she were to take an ancestry DNA test, it's going to come back about 4% Fae anyway. So I think this was foreshadowing.
Well, she did in the book. It did say it's almost like she was made by something else or something along those lines. Like she was.
I mean, we even get that, echoed throughout the books that there is something to her that is other, there is something else to her.
So pretty much she was never falling for this glamour at all. So again, I think this goes on for all of the theories going out there that this family has some form of fae in them. Maybe not like 100%, like I said, probably 4%, 5%.
Well, I mean, even in this book, there's a couple of times where we find out that Feyre has some fae in her.
I agree. There's like her dream.
No, that was a dirty joke. I'm sorry.
Oh,
you're so stupid.
Now I get the dirty joke. But if we go back to without the fae being in her,
the way I was like, when?
I know. I was like, did we read the same book?
Wait.
No. To Derek's point, not being sexual. She's getting all these dreams that she shouldn't be having that are clearly.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Like, to Derek's point, outside of being sexual, there is shit there that tells us she has to have some form of fate in her originally. But yes. But Derek, continue with your little.
Oh no, that was it.
It was just
she had some. There were some high points of high fae in her.
Oh God.
Some very high points. Are they hard too?
Well,
I
let
mean,
me ask
they may
you.
have been low points too, considering the
More like a
original.
low point.
You know what I'm saying? She knows what I'm saying.
Let me ask you, do you think that Nesta was genuinely looking for her sister because she loves her, or because she's just kind of like a bitter bitch who's like, no, let me just something's amiss here. Do you think that she went after her because she loves her sister, or did she went after her because she's like, something's fucking weird and I need to get my hands on it. Like I need to
like
I need to know exactly what's going on.
I need to
I need
know
to
that
have
I'm right.
control of this.
Yeah.
Boom.
That
Exactly.
something's fucking weird and I'm right. I don't really care for my sister. I let her do all these things for years and years and years and never
Yeah.
stepped up. But now I want to go look for her. No, this is what is it that you call it, Derek? Self-serving.
Yeah, it's very self-serving.
I'm gonna disagree with you guys. Nesta is about my favorite character. I agree she is not a perfect person. But I do think she went out to go look for her younger sister because in this chapter, like in the same chapter, she goes to say that like he stole you away from the night, claiming some nonsense about the treaty, and then everything went on as if it never happened. It wasn't right. None of it was right. She went and then Tamlin had like clawed a part of like the table. She still kept that part, like that part wasn't glamored. So she knew that Feyre was missing. Nessa also then goes to say the reason why she never like stepped up was because she blames their father and it was their father's job to step up and she was never going to step up until he did and he never did. But Feyre ended up stepping up. So like in her fucked up way, I do think she also lost her mom. She was grieving. Everyone grieves differently. She wanted another parent and couldn't get it, so she stepped back from the responsibilities. And Feyre stepped up. Now, should she have been a better sister then? Yes, but I do think she does love Feyre. She is the only one who went to go look for her. Like she didn't go through the marriage march. She could have easily found another rich man. Like she literally like stopped living her life to go look for her baby sister. So
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Now, is Nessa a bitch in the next two books? Absolutely. Right? Like there's some shit she does and I'm like, girl, as the eldest daughter myself, you gotta take a step back and look at this. Like you gotta protect your baby sisters. But she redeems herself in Silver Flames and Nessa is my favorite character. She's has way more character development than Feyre.
I just think it's so crazy that she's like, I'm just gonna sit back and see what my dad does. So we're all
think
just
so.
gonna. She literally said that. She literally was like,
I don't think that's bad. You lost a parent and you want your other parent to step up.
I don't know. I could not watch if I loved my little sisters that much. I could not watch one of them fucking put her life in danger going out hunting all by herself because I want to see if my daddy's gonna step up. My dad is trash. I'm gonna go help my sister. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna sit back and see how this bitch has been years. He's not gonna do anything. So hello.
Yeah, fair. I respect your opinion. I'm gonna reflect. Disagree.
Thank you. How many years was she gonna wait before she was like, yeah, he is trash. Yeah, he's not gonna do anything.
I mean, you're not wrong because they're all grown ass adults at this point, so she could have helped. I do agree as the eldest daughter. I could have never let my sister have done that. There's absolutely no way. But she wanted another parent to step up, and that parent didn't. And so,
and on top of that, all she does is belittle her sister. On top of not even helping her, she just trashed
I have nothing to say
it's
about
almost
that.
like there's that's projecting. She's projecting on Feyre for the incapacity that Nesta has. Nesta refused to step up. Feyre did step up. Now she's projecting on her.
I'll give you that. Also, when she was making fun of her, we learned in a later book, Nesta didn't know that she couldn't read, like didn't know the extent of some of the stuff, right? So had she known, maybe it could have been a little different, right? Again, you're right. I have like nothing to say on you're correct.
How do you not know that your sister can't fucking read? Y'all live in the same house.
Because the mom died at 8. She thought the mom was giving her like at 8 you should be able to read that. Like, maybe not foreshadowing. Maybe that word is a little too big, but you should be able to read that.
Did they like not have governesses or
No, they
whatever?
said the mom like
The mom was teaching them.
yeah, but when we get to Nessa's book, that's another reason why I think the mom made Feyre promise to like take care. Like I think the mom knew she also had some form of foresight, and she was always training Nesta to be like a queen because that was going to be her right at some point. And while we know that she gets with Cassian, spoiler alert for anyone who's out there, she doesn't have land now, but there is theories that she's gonna get a land later, so she will be like the queen of something. And I feel like that's what the mom was training her for. Elaine, a little gray area. I don't know what she was fucking training Elaine for, but mom
Nobody
just
knows. Nobody
Not not
knows.
not how to freaking
Be
garden a
useful.
garden, that's
oh
for sure.
no. Do you know what's hilarious, guys? So in these same chapters, while Elaine is like talking about their life, Elaine goes to say that maybe I'll garden some vegetables.
Shut up,
Now
Elaine.
you wanna garden some fucking vegetables, bitch? You poor.
Oh, poor Elaine.
You were
What
not
a
here
what a
last week, so
filler.
you did not hear us talking so much shit like, oh, God forbid she plants a fucking zucchini or something, you know? She's like, look at me plant all these beautiful flowers, but not a
Can't,
cucumber in sight.
no vegetables.
Yeah, none.
Ugh.
Okay, we're almost done with this part, guys. So, Feyre then tells Nesta the truth that like where she's been. Nesta goes again to say that their father let their mother die, and I quote, "He let her die. You would have gone to the ends of the earth to save your high lord." Great foreshadowing because in a little bit that's what Feyre's gonna go do. The end of all the chapters.
No,
They're
no,
talking.
no, before that, because this really pissed me off.
Oh, go ahead, girl.
Well, they chat, right? And she's like, "Where have you been, girl?" And Feyre's like, "Girl, this is what I've been on." And Nesta's like, "Oh my God, can you teach me how to color?"
I
I
think
was
that
like,
was a way
"Really,
of them.
Nesta?
I think that was a way for them to bond as sisters.
Barf.
Whatever."
It's so incorrect to the characters that we've been given so far.
A way for them to
I
bond as sisters. Okay.
Oh man,
Um.
what a
Okay. Okay. So we've reached the end of that. Andrea, you were telling us something about the pool and something else. I forgot. We were gonna say something.
I don't have anything about the pool at this point.
Okay.
Yeah. But the description that they give for Reese's hair is like the raven black. And it is known that SGM puts the raven or crow like historically through all of her series. So we're gonna be on Raven Watch or like feather watch. She specifically says his feather raven hair.
Loving this.
I don't have a whole lot of theories on that, but I'm gonna piece that.
Is there any correlation to Blackbeak?
Oh.
Ooh. Ooh.
She is becoming
love
my favorite
that.
character in Throne of Glass. Let me tell you.
Girl, you don't even know.
Don't
Like,
even know.
probably my favorite character. Yes.
You don't even know. Just wait. Just you wait.
Well, and then the other thing too is they say there's a lot of like symmetry between Dorian Rune from Crescent City and Rhysand. So those three characters very much line up in their I don't know, their features are a lot alike. Which when you get into I think it's the end of the second book going into the third book. Anyways, I won't spoiler you too much on that. Sorry. It just
Oh,
was
you could
about
spoil all. I honestly am gonna forget, and I'm gonna read it, and I'm gonna let everybody know.
Same.
I'm not worried about myself. I can't speak for other people, but I'm not worried about myself.
I'm
I
not
had
worried.
something else I found. I think it was just about the Callan Mai. The like the definition or the lore behind it is like super closely translated to House of Flame and Shadow. So I just want to keep that in mind because it comes up again when we get into the second book, right? Whenever they do like it's like they call it something else. They don't call it Callan Mai, but it's like the same date and then it kind of translates to this book. So I'm just like prepping you for things to watch out.
Okay, since we were talking a little bit about Calamine theories. Okay. because everyone is trying to ship Elaine and Tamlin. And we know Tamlin's not getting a redemption arc. Sarah J. Maas has told us he's not getting a redemption arc. However, I'm trying to remember, but I don't remember Calumet happening in any of the other books. But it says it needs to happen to like regenerate the magic or whatnot, right? And the 7 High Lords have to participate in this. Now, I don't know to what extent the 7 High Lords have to participate in this, because in theory, one High Lord, aka Reese, is just gonna fuck his girl. I would assume Lucian's dad is fucking Lucian's mom, or I'm sorry, Lucian's stepdaddy is fucking his mom, right? Because they're all married. Are they really fucking maidens? But I'm gonna assume, if we're using the word actually maiden, because it sounds like the only sister that was getting it in before this was Feyre, because she was fucking Isaac in the barn.
True.
I'm going to assume Elaine is also a virgin, because they never let Elaine out of her sight, right? They never, like, I don't know when Elaine was getting shit in, but she definitely wasn't getting shit in before becoming Fae, right? Maybe after, I don't know, but she definitely wasn't getting shit becoming Fae. Becoming Fae, she's like a walking zombie kind of, sort of. So I don't think she's getting it in either. What if they have to do this Calumet thing again, and Tamlin has to fuck Elaine because she's gonna be the chosen one, because we know she loves gardening and all this jazz, and she's gonna come through the starlight pool because she is at the other.
That would be the most
at the
interesting thing
starlight.
to happen to either of them. Yes.
And then Tamlin dies.
Has it
I'm
been
okay with this.
years? Has it been years since this book? And because I'm wondering, like are they just regenerating this magic because of Amarantha? And so that's why what is that called again?
Calumet.
Calumet.
That is a question that I have. I don't know, because we don't really get Calumet the rest of the books.
Or do we?
Andrea
or do
looks
we
like
look
she has
at
an
look
answer.
at this one over here? Look.
Yeah.
Okay, Andrea, we're
She's
looking at
like,
you.
let me tell you.
Gotta read Crescent City.
Ah, come on.
But the regeneration of the magic
I'm gonna
is
read
like
Crescent City and love it. Go ahead, tell me.
the regeneration of the magic is huge.
Okay,
like
okay.
you locking onto that.
Okay, so I'm thinking something's gonna happen. My only thing is, in the 4 books after this, we don't get told that again, right? But we do know at least 2-ish, 3 years pass, because spoiler, a baby gone and is born. Ness, I think, has to go up and down those damn stairs for like half a year. So there's a war for another half a year. So at least 2 to 3-ish years have passed.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, maybe not like 10 years, but at least 2 to 3-ish years have passed since that since all of this. So I'm just wondering now, like, just to reconnect Elaine's book, I'm wondering if she's gonna be the person Tamlin has to fuck to regenerate magic. And then he dies, and then she gets the Spring Court. How he dies, I don't know. I'm not an author, but he dies.
Yeah,
Like
probably Lucian kills him because he fucked her mate.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. Love it. Theories are endless, guys.
Yeah.
So I do have a few passages really quickly before we get to character development, because we're a little late now, because we've been having such a blast recording this, and before we get to Sassy chapter. So really quickly, I do want to say that there were a lot of quotes that I did not pick up the first go around for Reese when Reese was first introduced. So I'm just gonna like say these little quotes. And so it says, "I stepped out of the shelter of my savior's arm and turned to thank him. Standing before me was the most beautiful man I've ever seen." Meanwhile, she's supposed to be wanting Tamlin.
Fuck that.
His voice was a lover's purr that sent shivers through me, caressing every muscle, bone, and nerve. She's just getting really warm in her core, or between her legs, and she doesn't even know it yet. She's getting all types of stuff.
Same.
Were your bundle of nerves shook?
His clothes all black and finely made, but cut close enough to his body that I could see how magnificent he was, as if he was molded from night himself. So now, if we want to be a little scandalous, molded, was his penis hard and we're seeing his mold, or we're just talking about muscles?
Oh, I'm gonna say it's the mother.
All of them. All of them.
Derek, thank you.
Every
Thank
inch
you,
of them.
Derek.
I'm not gonna leave you out there hanging to dry. It's okay. I
Thank
got you.
you. Thank you. You're a true friend. So that's what I have for the passages. But I definitely missed up. I definitely missed that because I did not realize Reese was going to be way more important than what he is. I definitely did think Tamlin was going to be, her lover. But again, I will say, I always did think though he loved with like more of a military mindset and not like a lover's mindset. I from the first time I read this, I always thought I was like, oh, that's like a military mindset. That's not like a lover's mindset. But
I think that what you're articulating is the difference between someone who has emotional intelligence and someone who doesn't. And Tamlin has zero emotional intelligence and emotional depth, whereas Rhysand is portrayed as someone with incredible depth and intelligence.
I'll give that to you. I'll give that to you, Derek. You are correct, I guess. I guess when I say
Yes.
military, you're correct. There is no emotional anything here. You're correct.
Yeah, he's cardboard.
Okay.
Soggy, wet cardboard.
Soggy wet cardboard. Oh my god. Okay, really quickly, character development. So Lucian, really quick. We're only gonna do 3. Lucian, Feyre, and Tamlin. So Lucian. So far in this book, he was kind of being an ass to Feyre. But now he's slowly coming around to her. And I would say honestly, right by now, when she has to go back home, I would say he loves her, like a brotherly love. Like he has now like loved her. But what I do think though he lacks, and I don't know if this is the right words, but balls, because he's good at his role, and maybe that's why he is like the emissary. So maybe he could play the politics game, but like he needs to like put Tamlin in his place more and like stand up more, and he doesn't. And maybe this is why he's a good partner for Elaine. I don't know, because she's kind of in the middle too. I feel like Aleutian has a lot more character development to go through. And honestly, after this kind of sort of, I'm trying to remember more, like there is not much more character development for him, I think, until we get to Elaine's book. But essentially, he just like crawls into a corner and is like, "No one loves me," which is fucked up to say because his own family tried to kill him, and they killed like he's already in a very vulnerable spot with his family. But like after all of this happens, and like Elaine essentially rejects him,
He's just a
he just
sad boy.
crawls into a corner because doesn't he join like the Misfits? Is that what they call themselves or whatever? Like he like doesn't,
The outsiders.
yeah, the outsiders.
Yeah, but isn't he going like between courts and just trying to like make some peace or make?
That's his job as Spring Court. Like that's his job as
But
Tamlin.
even after he leaves Tamlin,
Lucian, oh no, I'm not sorry, not Lucian. Reese does sign him to do that. Yeah, like he becomes like the Night Court's emissary, I guess. Yeah, but like he doesn't have like. There's so many times I feel like here that he should have just like stepped up to Tamlin, and I wonder if Andres would have, because we never got him except for sacrificing himself, right? Like he needed someone to like step up to him a little bit to have just a little bit of balls, and he didn't.
Yeah.
I think that's why Tamlin kept him around, because he knew he can push him around. He's not a high lord. He's easy to he's replaceable. So I think that's why Lucian kind of, I don't want to say groveled, but Tamlin treated him best, even though he didn't treat him very well.
True.
I love that you said that. I can go with that. Okay. Tamlin's character development, kind of, sort of. I'm going to give him, he's trying. Again, while I'm like defending Tamlin a little bit, I want to be very clear.
What is he trying?
Oh, no, he tried this go around. Like, he tried to bond with Feyre in the words that she was using.
He tried to love bomb a child.
He tried to make poems with her. He's trying to fall in love with her. But
he wrote her a limerick. Do you remember when you wrote limericks? It was 5th grade. He was bonding with a 5th grader over limericks.
Oh my gosh. I'm dying. I actually don't remember doing that in 5th grade, but you're probably right. I probably did do that shit in 5th grade, so I'm not disagreeing with you on that sense. But to your point, to throw Tamlin a little bit into the dirt, because again, he is an asshole. I'm not like defending his assholeness. I'm just saying I don't think he would have chosen a different path if he could have. But anyways, Rhysand says, "Are you doing this for your sake or for hers?" And this is when I get back into that military mindset. While like he claims he's doing this for Feyre, like I think he's doing it for his sake because he's the commander, right? Like he is the High Lord of the Spring Court. He needs to take care of Alice, Lucian, all these
Yeah.
other fays that we don't know, right? Like his mentality is to protect the majority, not like, so he will sacrifice whatever he has to sacrifice to save the most, right? Like if we can save there's like that thing where it says if you can run into a fire and save your sibling or 5 strangers, who do you save? We're all gonna say like our sibling because those 5 strangers mean jack squat to me. Like I am never
Right.
gonna meet you again. I don't even gotta talk to you, right? But in the grand scheme of things, we should save the 5 strangers over the one, right? And I feel like Tamlin always has that mentality. Like he's gonna save the most over the one, including if that means Feyre.
The most of his court. Okay,
Oh,
Right.
you
good,
still
yeah,
got
of his court.
everybody under the
I'll
roof.
give you that. Yeah, I'll give you that. Okay, and then
Yeah.
lastly, Feyre. Her prejudices are slowly going away. So love that for her because she should never
Yeah,
have
because
she's
she
a little,
got laid.
Right.
she's a little stiff, but who knows? I do think she's finding herself, and I do think like Sarah J. Maas metaphors writing. I do think her finding herself in the spring court is very such a metaphoric thing to do, right? Like she's growing, she's learning who she is inside. In order for her to find who she is fully, she just has to leave the spring court, right? Which again goes back to metaphor because there are multiple different seasons. Not a pun on my name, but like you need to
Oh,
go through the different seasons to like grow, right? And in these
right.
next few books, she does. She visits the other courts. She learns more about herself. She does all these other things. So I just have to give it to Sarah J. Maas, like including like growing and the seasons and all that jazz together.
There's a
Before
lot
we
of
do Sassy
nuance.
Topic, anything you guys want to say? Uh, Derek, we didn't get any of your theories last week. Do you have any theories for me?
I wouldn't say theories. I'm just wondering, like the first go around, I don't remember painting being such an integral part of like the entire storyline. Like
Oh,
I
I'm
feel like
sorry.
now
Chapter
it's
55 of the next book, she fucks in paint.
okay, but also like this Fae is dying in front of her, a slow, gruesome death. It's bleeding out. She's witnessing the trauma of oh my God, she took my wings and blah blah blah. And this is a traumatic moment. And Feyre's over here like, I wonder if I could paint this dying fairy. I wonder if I could capture the color of its blood.
She's 19.
Oh, now you want to go there. Now you want to go. Okay. Right. She's a child. She thinks as a child. I see. Yeah, that's all I have.
Okay, I love that. Jody, Andrea, do you guys have anything?
I do
Okay.
not.
Okay. Now, since we have pretty much essentially left the spring court, because the next time we come back, we will be under the mountain.
Mm.
We all know that the mask can kind of be metaphors. What is this mask metaphor? What does the enchanted mask symbolize beyond the curse itself? I'll be last, but we can go. And we can go, Derek, you first, because I'm just going to go how I
Ooh,
see you.
don't
It'll be
go
Derek,
me. I gotta
Andrea.
think about this.
Okay, Andrea, you go.
He said, what does the mask symbolize?
Symbolize beyond the curse itself.
I mean, he was a big fat liar.
Yeah, that one is so obvious.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it just symbolizes the fact that he had to be one person to get what he needed. But really, he was a piece of shit. No, I
Okay.
guess it also symbolized like he's trying to cover up a lot of the shit he did in his past, and now he can recreate himself and be somebody that he needs to be, and it's still an idiot. Like you remove the mask, you're still the same person. Just like we were talking about in the beginning about how he was like trying so hard not to be his dad, he still ended up like that. And so I think
Okay.
I think the mask a lot of times too just symbolizes like you get to temporarily create this person of you, but ultimately your true self is going to come through no matter how the mask is shaped, what color, if it's permanent or if it's metaphorical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Love
I
it.
think it's an excuse. The mask it's just an excuse to act, some type of way. Or to just use it as this is actually who I really am, but I'm gonna tell you that this is the reason why I'm acting the way that I'm acting or why I'm making the choices that I'm making because I'm entrapped, you know? But really it's like It's literally just you're literally just wearing a mask. You're just masking who you
Your
really
true
are.
intentions.
And yeah, and when it comes off, there's no difference.
I mean, I think
Interesting.
the
Eric,
obvious
go.
one, the
Yeah.
obvious one is just hiding the
Yeah, I
intention
agree.
behind, the fire
Mhm.
spring core is hidden from Feyre in what, its purpose is. God, the underlying nuance of it. I really think I want to build on what Jody was saying in just um hidden hidden intentions, hidden personalities, hidden nuance, I think, in Tamlin. We really have no fucking clue who he is as a person because everything that he is presenting to us and presenting when I say us, it's Feyre because the entirety of this book is told through Feyre's perspective. So all of what we know as Tamlin is a fabrication. We don't know what is real. We don't know what is fake. We don't know what is being presented to make her fall in love with him because that is ultimately the goal. That is the goal of bringing her to this place is to break the curse and make her fall in love with him. So who is he to her? He is or who is
He's the
she to
High Lord
him?
of the Supreme Court.
Well, sure, but he's also the entirety of it is self-serving to save his spring court, right?
Yeah. But
It's
that's
all
why
it's
Andres
all a
went over the
fabrication
wall, though.
to enslave a human girl.
Literally, yes. That is why he went over and sacrificed his life
Exactly.
to do that.
Exactly.
So I agree with
That's what's
all of
under
you.
that's what's under the mask.
I agree with y'all that like the mask is showing like not showing her true self and whatnot. But I don't think it was just Tamlin. Like this is everyone at the Supreme Court. This is Alice, and we all love Alice. This is Lucian. We all love like Lucian. Devil's Advocate, they literally part of the curse is they can't tell her about the curse. Like they literally can't.
Yeah.
So like they have to hide behind a mask, right? Like
hmm
so like this mask, like while they wish they could take it out and maybe be truthful with Feyre, they literally cannot. Like they part of the curse is they cannot tell her this. And I do think Lucian and honestly Alice, I think does a better job at giving her clues to try to figure it out without saying it way
Yeah.
more than Tamlin. I think Reese even tries to like get her to like ask certain questions or do certain things way more than Tamlin ever does.
It's
So I agree
almost
with
like
you on that.
Tamlin sucks.
Yeah, it's literally painting their characters,
hmm
like because their characters are genuine, they're able to communicate better with her, but because
Yeah.
he has, these false pretenses, he can't.
But I also do think the masks come in and when we're trying to like yeah, everyone at the Supreme Court at some point manipulated Feyre. So I'm not like defending them because Lucian manipulated her, Alice manipulated her. Like this is not just on Tamlin, it's everyone at the Supreme Court. But I do think that sometimes we need, or as humans, we put up a mask if we need to get something a certain way done or we need to be portrayed a certain way. Like I could say that with code switching, right? Like when I'm at work sometimes
100%.
I might put on a mask of like woman I guess who I am. The amount of people who have told me in my life they thought I was a white hippie and I'm black and Puerto Rican is hilarious because my name's Season or whatever. And like if I'm like, I have my customer service voice sometimes, like when I'm on the phone, people are like, oh, you're not what I thought you were going to be, right? Like I'm wearing a
Yeah.
mask then, like, because I can't be my true self because I have to portray, right? So, like, I do think though, like, all these people have to put on a mask in ordinary to even be in the same room as Feyre because she has such prejudices. So it's not like a negative thing. It's like it's something they need it for survival for themselves,
hmm
right? Like
Yeah,
so
you
while
gotta
we
protect
wanna
yourself.
paint everybody in the Supreme Court kind of bad, they needed to do that so Feyre could even trust them, which is also
Yeah.
saying your friendship was based on some fake shit, but that's a topic for another day. But yeah. All right. I will let you guys go. So we went ahead, guys. We recorded for like almost an hour and a half. So this is amazing. We had so much to say. Derek, you're fucking hilarious. I don't
Thank you.
any other theories or anything before we go? But if not, I'll
I
see you
got
guys
nothing.
next week.
I need to know when you guys are gonna start Crescent City.
I will probably start Crescent City. It's May, like August. I only have 2 or 3 more books to Throne of Glass, and then I have to do Crescent City.
Fine, you're off the hook. What about you two?
I will start Crescent City when you start the Stormlight Archive.
Wait a minute. Wait. Wait. Give me an author. Hang on.
Brandon Sanderson.
Oh, I should have
Oh, you
known.
love him. Jotty loves him too.
I do.
Yeah.
It was very hard for me to convince her to start Brandon Sanderson. And trust me, if there's anybody that will avoid a male author, it is me. But trust me when I say that you will not be disappointed.
Okay, which one am I starting?
Oh God, Jotty, which one?
The Way of Change.
Start with Mistborn or start with Stormlight. If
no.
you love a slow burn like character development, then Stormlight Archive.
I want
Jotty,
a Nessa book. So what was
No,
that?
Stormlight, you need to dedicate
6 months of your life.
6 months of your life to this.
Unfortunately,
So
I'm dedicating 6 months of my life to Sarah J. Maas. So I would after Sarah J. Maas.
Is there
I was gonna
audio?
say, what's the name of that single one that I read that actually got me into it?
Warbreaker.
Warbreaker. I loved it.
But
And
is there Nessa fucking scenes in there?
There's
No.
no. That's the one.
Zero
That's the thing
smut.
about Sanderson. There's no smut, but there is romance.
Yes, and it's very cute when you get it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I can get behind a book with good plot and no smut. Like,
Oh
Oh,
man,
God.
no, I'm talking tight plots.
yeah,
Okay,
here's a note.
tight
If
writing.
you have not a lick of smut, it would have been perfect.
Yeah. Oh,
I love a good plot-driven book where it all like, yeah, I don't need not one
Oh.
bit of smooch if the plot is hidden.
yeah. This is this.
Jotty,
this-
where do you recommend the standalone or the story arc?
What?
And then my kid was like, yeah.
Why when you said that it was so perfect? No, it was perfect.
Okay, fine, I'll read it. I'll add it
Okay,
to
so you guys are
Bam.
reading Crescent City. She's reading one of these. I'm gonna finish on her class, which now that I got 2 for 1. Also
Where are you at in Throne of Glass?
Empire of Storms.
that one.
Okay.
Finished. Air
What is that
Fire.
book like 3?
No.
Oh,
Oh, okay. We'll
got
start with
Empire of
Sam.
Storms.
Start with Sam. Okay, so no.
She's got Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn, and Kingdom of Ash. So she's got the last
Okay.
book left.
Okay.
Okay.
I am now.
So are you tandem reading Tower of Dawn and Empire Storms?
I hope not.
Oh no, I'm reading one at a time because
I
Okay.
cannot tandem read.
I
I know.
can
First
tandem read. I
through.
can tandem read. I'm also going to read another. Well, not in the same series, but I can like read 5 or 6 things at one time, but not in the same series. That's a no.
Well, it's meant like it's written to where you
It's
can.
supposed to, yeah.
Oh, season will not be
advantage
will not be partaking in that. She will.
The
Yeah.
events of Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawns are taking place at the same time.
Same time. Yes.
Oh.
So it's just switching from like one narrative to the other, but they're coinciding.
Whose
at the same
narrative is
time.
the first one?
I'm not telling you. No. You just
No, tell me because I don't like certain characters.
Well,
I'm
no-
gonna
well-
skip
You
one
better
to
work
one
for
first.
it.
I'm gonna tell
I
you.
didn't.
Everybody gets a redemption arc, so you just you gotta.
Who was that? Who's getting a redemption arc in?
Who do you currently not like?
Yeah, who do you not like?
All the really bad guys. Because the only
Oh.
dude who got a semi redemption before was the dad, and he was being controlled. I don't know who else because I like everybody else.
You like Kale?
Yes.
He's a golden retriever character,
Yeah,
but he
he's
gets
not like
even
an guy.
even Kale gets a redemption. Like Tower of Dawn was
Is
fucking
Best.
awesome.
Not like a okay.
Oh, I can't stand that guy.
I was like, everyone I hate, I'm pretty sure is the bad guy. There's no redemption.
No,
I
I can't
actually hate.
stand
The only one was the dad, but he was being
about
controlled.
Kale as I did about freaking Tamlin.
Kale is such a Boy Scout.
Oh God, I can't
Okay,
stand him.
Well, guys, we have so much to look forward to. So until next week, bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.